Hello, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time. So, in the last video, we went through the Happy Mask side quest, went to Goron City, found out that we needed to get access to the Dodongo's Cavern, so that's what we're about to do. So, there's a whole bunch of fearsome beasts and everything. We go through, defeat them. We will get the Goron's ruby, so that's going to be task numero uno. So, yeah, Navi's just letting us know this is a lava pit. If you run in lava, lava hurts. Who knew? Now, first thing we want to do is open that up. Oh, this is also probably a great time when you come in here. Want to swap over to your Hylian shield. Again, you can't block forwards with it, but I just blow that thing up just because, maybe. It wasn't close enough. Oh well, this is what we're here for. But yeah, your wooden shield will burn up here in here eventually if you don't swap it out. So even though you can only shield by turtling, that's just kind of what you got to do to make do. So the first thing that we've gotten is the dungeon maps, which is obviously always useful. I'm pretty sure I pointed this out in the Great Deku Tree. Every dungeon will have a map, a compass, and a select dungeon item. Whoa! Oh, and I guess I should show one of those off as the Navi tip. Those are called BMOS. And BMOS, they just, if they see you, they're just a basic sentry. They'll just fire a laser at you and lock on and, you know, just make life unpleasant. As you can tell, they're really not that hard to avoid. These are baby Dodongos. So yeah, they leap at you to attack, and when you defeat them, they blow up. So we're gonna go use this to our advantage. Normally you would have to come back here later on to do this, but if you lure one of them over here, you can use the explosion from it to open up this door. So there's a fun little tip if you didn't know that one. Well, I mean, that worked out. And we've got a little scritchy spider. So that's going to be the first one we collect from here. This is another place that we'll have to come back to later. To collect all the Skulltulas, so I'm not going to stress on it too much. But we've got that one. Pull this Armos out, and anytime that you see a blue-colored switch, it requires weight to be pressed down on it in order to unlock whatever it's hooked up to. As soon as you walk off of it, it will deactivate. So, yeah, there's your little tip there. And then we need Deku sticks. So, which one? Yeah. Oh, give me a break. So this is a Lizalfos. They're pretty straightforward enemies. They're not overly tough. They are an enemy that I do use the Deku sticks on, because it is an enemy that it speeds up the battle if you do. And they'll just take turns, and each time you hit them, they'll swap out for the other one. Come on. Yeah, as you can see, they are not tough at all. This is strictly just for the fact of speeding up the battle, because otherwise I believe you have to hit them 3 times. So, there we go. And we move on to the next room. Okay, so behind here there's a business scrub. I can't remember what he sells you, but I'm pretty sure it's not that big of a deal. It might be a Deku stick that he sells you so that you can complete the puzzle in this room. But we've got 14 of them, so we don't need to worry about it. So this is a Dodongo, and when they see you, they try to breathe fire on you. Try to get behind them, and come on, hit their tail. Very rarely do you kill them in one shot with your Kokiri sword with a jump attack, but you can. Why not? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so normally they'll spin really quickly, and they'll do a fair amount of damage to you. So you just have to be mindful of that when you're attacking them. Oh, that was weird. Oh, beat 2 of them in 1 shot. Well, that was pretty lucky. Knowing my luck, that's probably all my luck for the rest of the playthrough. Fantastic. That's where I wanted that used up. Oh, come on. And this puzzle is a pretty basic one we've done a number of times already. Just gotta light all the torches with the Deku stick. And if you're on the ball, I don't know if anyone's caught on to this. If you're on the ball, the Deku stick won't burn down if you swing your sword or put it away fast enough. And that's one great way to conserve your sticks between puzzles. Obviously, if you use them for combat, you wind up breaking them once you make contact with an enemy, but yeah, for puzzles and stuff, if you're quick enough, you can save them and you won't burn through a whole bunch of them unnecessarily. And now we'll pick this up, set this down, and behind this bombable door, we have access to an openable door. So this, I'm not going to lock onto him. So this is an Armos. This is a live Armos, not like the statue that I moved. The easiest way to take care of these guys, you walk up to him, set the flower down, just touch him. And as soon as he steps on the bomb, blows up, he will chase you and explode. That is far and beyond the easiest way to deal with those. We got the compass. So yeah, Armos, if you haven't run into them before or not familiar with them in Legend of Zelda games, they can throw you off because they just look like a statue. But yeah, they're not that difficult to deal with, so. So we hear a scritchy boy. And now to climb the big stairs. That was weird. So the reason that happened is there is Skulltulas up there. Spoiler alert, like you didn't hear the one making a bunch of noise. But I've never climbed those stairs and had the battle music start swelling. It's that one that caused it. Generally, on those stairs, you're not close enough for it to trip, so. Yeah, that's why that was a little weird. We'll come up here, we'll grab this guy, and move onwards. So these are fire keys. So basically it's just a keys that's flown into a torch. They will actively light themselves on fire, so you can walk into a room that has a torch, and none of the keys are on fire, and then all of a sudden they all are. So I want to take care of them quickly, and they are the biggest reason why you would want to equip your Hylian shield as opposed to keeping your Deku shield on. Go. I don't know if that other one's gonna start following me or not. That other one, even if he does lock onto you, he's little more than just following you if you just keep moving, so don't get too tied up with trying to destroy him. So Navi's just pointing out use Z targeting to look in the proper direction. So basically look this way to see around corners and peek, that kind of thing, so. Oop. And I get hit by the blade trap anyway. So we're gonna pull this out. Oh, pulled it out just a touch too far. So there is a heart piece, or a refill heart back there if you want to grab it. And then this, I believe, is just 20 rupees. Yeah. So we're gonna grab this. This can be a little bit tricky because there's a ledge that you can land the bomb on if you want to. The other thing is just trying to time it out so it'll just blow up when it's in front of that door. This can be a little bit of a pain sometimes. And it's widely... so... Yeah, right there you saw it caught the edge thanks to the ladder. And it wasn't too tough. But yeah, if you're not used to that one, it can take you a few tries to get that. It is a little bit annoying. Couple baby Dodongos trying to surprise us. Come on. Oh yeah, and one thing to make a note, just stay where you are, because if you attack one and then try to follow him, he will just perpetually run away from you. You will never actually catch him, so you're better off just staying put and waiting for him to come to you. Didn't really mention that on the last one, so... Come on. So that's 4 of those guys defeated, not a single one damaged. So yeah, again, they are not overly threatening enemies by any stretch of the imagination. So now we see a puzzle similar to the last one. Going to be a little bit more complicated because we have 2 switches. It's a pretty liberal timer, so don't panic. Just try to breathe and concentrate, because if you rush too much, then yeah, you'll make that puzzle harder on yourself than need be. And with the 3rd big chest of the dungeon, we finally get the bomb bag. So we now have access to bombs on the go, which is hugely helpful, and this was why I was not overly concerned about completing the vase in Goron City, because when you have actual bombs, that is much easier to do. But I have done it where I've gotten that heart piece before I come into Dodongo's Cavern. Now, if you take a look, even if I had collected both unintended heart pieces and the one inside the inside Goron City, I still wouldn't have an additional heart, so that's why I haven't really been that concerned about... oh, right. Those are just business scrubs. I don't even remember what they sell, but it's nothing of use or major importance. But yeah, so even if I had collected the 2 unintended ones and the one in the vase, I still wouldn't have an extra heart, so that's why I didn't really stress on getting them. So, if I could complete another heart before the dungeon, maybe I would be a little more concerned about getting them, but not really, to be honest. And back through a second time. So I could never remember every time I come through this dungeon, and I have it written down, whether there's a Skulltula in there or not, I should at this point be able to remember that there isn't one, you would think, but I digress. And over here, you blow this up, there's a chest in here. This chest will either contain 5 rupees, or if you have burnt up your Deku shield, it will restore that. So, yeah, if you have burnt up your shield, it's not like you have to go way out of your way. Yes. Yes, yes. So yeah, now that I've got the chance, Beamos, so watch out for its searching beam. I bet you it doesn't like smoke to get in its eye. I'm guessing that's from the bomb that it's talking about. I don't know what else we'd have that would produce smoke. I can hear them. Aha. So I'll take that heart just because. And this next room is one of those reasons why I want to, you know, just kind of show off little tips and tricks I've learned over the years, because there's a lot of people that haven't tried this. And I say try this just because you may not think to, but will make this room go much quicker. Sorry, after we visit this side room over here, because I believe this is where one of the Skulltulas is. Yes. So, just like we did with the Armos before, lay a bomb, go touch him. Ow. So ideally you do that before your bomb goes off, and, you know, it doesn't hurt you, but you get the basic effect. Okay, so there's another Skulltula. Now. They always do that. Now, the intended purpose of this puzzle is you're supposed to take this block that I'm standing on, move it over so that you can move this block. Then once it's on the ground, you take it all the way over to move that block. The other thing you can do, which is much quicker, is jump up here, bypass the whole thing altogether. And in these jars right here, there is a fairy. So, in all of the dungeons, you know you'll be getting close to the boss. I believe this is with the exception of the Deku tree. But you know you'll get close to the boss when you break open a jar and there's a fairy inside. That's kind of your indicator that you're getting pretty close. Oh. I'm still going to want that. And we're going to push this guy onto the ground. And just for funsies, we're going to see if we can target practice a couple of these. Oh! Thought you were going to get me. There we go. So once you hear them stop flapping, that's when you know that they're diving down towards you and that you've got their attention. So, just a little audible trick. But yeah, so in that last room, that was something that only maybe 5 years ago I learned you can just run across that wall as opposed to doing the whole block puzzle. And it does save a considerable amount of time, so... Now, we have access to the boss room. So right here in the middle of this square, we're going to drop a bomb. And we're gonna go replenish our bombs. Oh lord, he big, he mad. He is the infernal dinosaur King Dodongo. So he's a very straightforward boss. Lock onto him, toss a bomb, jumping attack with the Deku stick, just like we did with the last boss. Once he stops, exact same process, rinse and repeat. 2 shots, done. So just like Goma, seconds to defeat him. I'm not sure. I would say that probably took 30 seconds to do, give or take. So yeah, this is why I pointed out it's nice to have the Deku sticks, because they do make battles much, much quicker. But whether it's twice, 4 times, 5 times, King Dodongo is exactly the same rinse and repeat, no matter how long the battle takes. So he won't suddenly surprise you with anything. It's me, Darunio. Well done. So yeah, he's obviously very, very appreciative they can get back into the Dodongo's cavern, and they're going to be able to eat the delicious rocks that they haven't been able to get to. So yeah, as we figure, he said, "Give me the spiritual stone, only then will I open the cave for you." So he provided an ultimatum. And luckily for them, I was not far in tow and decided to solve the problem, so that didn't work. So we're going to become sworn brothers. No big ceremony, just take this as a token of friendship. And we are now going to get the Goron's Ruby. Okay, so we've obtained the Goron's Ruby, the spiritual stone of fire passed down by the Gorons. You don't know what he means by sworn brothers, but you've collected 2 spiritual stones. Have 1 more to find. Okay, and he's going to suggest we go see the Great Fairy at the top of Death Mountain. We are absolutely going to do that. And you know what, just because of how this is all going to pan out, I think I'll just throw it on with this video rather than throwing off the timing of the next video and whatever. So, this will be a little bit longer of a video. I anticipate most of the dungeon videos will be longer, especially because I intend to do them in one video. But first thing we're gonna do, gonna come in here. Oh, nope, nope, nope. So there's an invisible wall, or an invisible rough patch on this wall, so we can climb up. Yeah. Yeah, that was seconds ago, Navi. Okay. so now we're gonna actually make a pit stop back at Goron City because there is a couple things we will be able to collect. Oh. And if you open up this one, which I can't remember the last playthrough I opened up this hole in the wall. But if you need 50 rupees on the fly, this chest will give you 50 rupees, so. Now, if you remember the first time we came by here, we heard the moo cow. To just bomb this out. Nope. Okay, so the way that you're supposed to get into that, I don't have access to. I know that because there's usually one of only a couple ways to open up grottos, which is where you hear the cows from. And, it's bombs, and then, yeah, I believe 2 of them I don't have access to. So, we're going to come back over this way. Like I said earlier, we're going to come back and access this area. We've got a bit of a rock maze. It's not overly complicated, but some of these rocks will blow up with bombs. Some of them, you need a different item to do it. So, we are going to take the path with the bombs. The whole reason we're going to come back here, because there's a crate in the back corner. So this chest, I'm 99% sure, has a very large rupee in it. So it's like 100 or 200 rupees. Don't open that unless you need it. Otherwise, it's a big, massive waste. But you can keep it in mind if you need, 100 rupees in a pinch. That's one place you know that you can go to stockpile that. So next thing we got to do. Okay, well, I guess we're doing the vase thing. So yeah, now that I have access to bombs of my own, I can just go ahead and line up. I don't have to start running from way back at the staircase, and that makes this a lot easier. So yeah, what happens is the vase will spin and spin and spin and spin. And I'll give us more bombs, which is kind of nice because we're down to 6 already, so that'll fill us back up. Alrighty, so we'll give this another try. This one isn't too bad, unless I don't know how to hit a moving target. There we go. So that didn't take too long. I got pretty good luck on that. So yeah, when you get the open mouth smiley face, we can get a piece of heart. So we're good there. And oh. And then there's one other thing before you leave that you want to do. And this was one thing that I forgot to do through a lot of my playthroughs that I was pretty sure I had done 100% on. And looking back, it's a little bit embarrassing, but what you need to do, and this is so that you can't cheat it out with the bomb flowers, is you have to be in this tunnel. And when you are, you stop this guy with a bomb. Alright, I'll give you this in praise of your courage. We already have our first bomb bag upgrade, so yeah, that's a nice thing. Don't forget about that, because extra bombs are always nice to have. And just doing a quick thought, and I'm pretty sure I'm done in here for now. We'll obviously make trips back through here. This game, if you explore what you can as you can, is pretty good about bringing you back and forth to locations more than once, so it kind of helps the content feel a little bit more full, but nothing that's like so pertinent that and so much backtracking that it feels like it's clearly a like a play for Or like a cheap cop-out, like, oh, hey, if we do this, then you'll just get more content without noticing. Oh. 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 Okay, so I'm not a professional bomb handler, if that was not apparent. Oh. I keep waiting just a hair too long. There we go. Aha, I got it. Oh. Yeah, I sometimes do that thing where it's just, I start hitting a button and I just keep hitting buttons. So yeah, as you can see, we've got a cow here. If I was to play Epona's song, I would get a bottle of milk, again, for free. And you can find these in various places throughout the map. But what I actually want to do right now is cut the grass. Oh, and... Oh, really? So this is not one of the grottos. Most of the grottos will have a plant that you can cut, and you can collect a bug from it. And... Oh. And, yeah, apparently that just was not one of them. So this is why you need the turtle shield thing. Because when you come through this area, you're going to have stuff falling on your head. Another thing you can do to bypass this altogether is run backwards. Because you do move so much quicker, you just outrun everything. Okay. So we've got more friends, the Skullwalchulas. Okay. And I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a Tektite somewhere. Okay, well, I'm not going to argue with it then. Oh. Oh, come on. There we go. Now, once we get to the top here, there's going to be a couple things to keep in mind. So if you come in here, this is Death Mountain Crater. Somewhere that will be a lot more important later on in the game. But in the crate, right in front of me, there is a Skulltula for you to collect. Now, that timer that you see, I'm pretty sure if you run out of time, you don't lose a heart. I believe you just die. That timer is based on how many hearts you have. So, the more hearts you have, the longer you can stay in there. Pretty straightforward mechanic. Now, we are going to experience our first Great Fairy's Fountain. There's a Triforce on the ground, so naturally we play Zelda's Lullaby. Okay, so what the Great Fairy's done, she's going to give us a magic upgrade, which is your power spin. So, so there's a couple ways to accomplish it. You can spin the control stick and tap B, or you can just hold down the B button, and it will charge up, and the longer you charge it up, the more damage it'll do. Yeah, just rotate once and press B for a very effective quick spin. I am not very good at quick spins. You're a messenger of the royal family, aren't you? Next time you're in their neighborhood, you should drop in on a friend of mine who lives by Hyrule Castle. She'll surely grant you another new power. And then they will always say, when battles made you weary, come back, see me. Basically, we come back to this fairy and we play Zelda's Lullaby, she'll just fill up our health and magic. So, yeah. Let's see if I can do this, because, again, so that's a quick spin. And then this is a charged spin. You can release it at any point. If it's blue, it'll be a slightly smaller circle. If it's red, it'll be a slightly larger circle. Pretty straightforward. So I'm actually going to cut the video here. And we'll continue on. I believe our next stop will be Kakariko Village once we get into the next video and on with our adventure. I know this was a bit of a longer one. My apologies. I know this is a bit of a longer video, but I do appreciate you sticking through it. If you did like the video, please drop a like. If you really liked it, please subscribe, and you can get updates on when the next videos come out. And until the next one, thank you, and all the best.